Welcome back once again to my podcast channel. Today I'll be teaching you all how to be a professional researcher and how to write a research paper. Either it's a conference paper or SCI and SCIE paper. This will surely help if you look this video from the beginning till the end. So especially it is made for the teachers and the professors and other researchers, scholars, so that they can able to, should know how to write a proper prompt to write a research paper. Just writing, most of our faculties and teachers are not aware how to write a proper prompt, and they miss out the key area, and the research paper becomes, even though they know how to write a research paper, but they are not well equipped how to write and how to follow the proper format, prompt, engineering. So this video is for you all, especially for the students as well, so that they can able to prepare, they can able to know how to write and become a good researchers in the days to come. So without wasting much time, let us go ahead and enjoy this video. If you have not subscribed it, you keep on subscribing so that you can get more upper videos which will be helpful for you in the days to come. So let us go ahead and teach you. Okay, fine. So let me open ChatGPT. Most of you know the ChatGPT already. You all know ChatGPT how to use, but how to be a proper researchers, to be a, so that you can able to use a proper prompt, and then you can able to become a good researcher. And also, if you know how to use this properly, that's an advantage as a student or as a faculty, that you can be what's a pro, a specialization on writing research paper. Okay, so let us go ahead. Suppose I'm assuming that your title, the first thing is, suppose you are trying to find out based on the title. Say I'm writing title, mm, say I'm writing image processing using machine learning. Okay, I want to find out the title based on image processing using machine learning. So in this way, if you write your title, if you don't know how to find a title, then you can find out title as well. Based on your proper title, you can able to give. Okay, I'll show you how to do that also. Don't worry, you keep on watching. And we especially those who are writing research paper, they know what is the format, what is the universal format. So I'm going to write here. First thing is, number one, you should give number one, abstract. In abstract, you should write that give 175 to 250 words. Okay, whatever words you're looking there, you have to be very specific. You have to be very specific with the words. So I'm writing words, summarizing, which is very important key point, summarizing the background. Okay, then your methods, then results. If you're having results, then you can add results, and conclusion. Okay, this point is very important. I'm abstract. Abstract should be in between 175 to 254. Maximum the paper in the conference or maybe in a good journal paper, they look maximum in between 175 to 250. So 150 to 250, but I would suggest you go for minimum 175, which is very very important, and that will specify your summarization of the background, method, results, and conclusion. Okay, so it is very important that you follow this method, number one. Okay, now one more thing, let me since you are a beginner, you might be an expert, but I would really say that uh, this video will surely help you to understand. So instead of keeping one abstract and keywords, I'm just writing KEY. I'm not putting, I have avoided that one. So let me write. Keywords should be in between 5 to 7. Most of us write like this, but you have to write relevant. 5 to 7 relevant keywords. Okay? Keywords. You can write this, or you can write give 5-7 relevant keywords from the abstract. So you can follow this format, two format. Either you can write 5 to 7 relevant keywords. If not, you can give 5 to 7 relevant keywords from the abstract. Okay, you can write in this way. Now coming to the next point. Now we come number 1. Let us write number 1, what is called introduction. That's why I have avoided that number 1. If you're writing here in abstract number 1, then you should come with here with number 2. Okay, since to make you more confused as a beginner, so I'm teaching you how to write it. So in introduction, what you can do, I'm writing explain the problem. So in introduction, what I will do is you enter shift enter and you give as Roman number 1. Okay, it will be more specific. Most of our researchers doesn't do this. Okay, explain the problem. Then Roman number 2, motivation, which is very important as a researcher. Roman number 3, research gap. Okay, row number 4, which will cover your okay, let me just go back and say research gap and objective. This comes in together. Objectives. Okay, and most important thing that most of the researchers miss out this point number 4, which is called citation. Add citations to recent high impact papers. In bracket, you can write 2020 to 2025. It is your convenient. Either you want to add from 2021 to, but I'm taking last 5 years, high impact factor of the last 5 years. Okay, this is the way how you should write. And this is the proper prompt that you should use when you're writing any research paper. Okay? Most of us make a mistake. What they do is just type the title and then they ask, give me the research paper based on this title. So I would suggest not to do that. Better you follow how to write a proper prompt, and I will definitely suggest that you follow what I've instructed here, and this will really help you to write more professional research paper than what you have written previously. Okay, so most of our research paper researcher make this mistake. Now coming to number 2. Now number 2 is related works. We say it as related works because that is also called as literature review. You can follow any one of these. Okay, that's not a problem. You can either follow related works, or you can write as literature review. So it's up to you. In this case, let us go with number 1, row number 1. What you have to mention here, you should compare. Okay, compare with existing methods or papers. Okay, you have to compare the existing method with the papers. Row number 2, which is very important. Number 2 is discuss their limitations. So most of us people, what they do, they write related works and then they just write this upper one and they left out. But I would suggest you all that please follow these two important proper prompt when you write about the literature review or related works, which is called a compare with existing method of papers. and discuss their limitation. Okay, this is very, very important. These 2 points are very, very important. Now coming to the next point, uh, methodology, your number 3 point, methodology. In methodology, what you can give, which is very, very important in methodology, is your number one, you can give as explain the data set, which is very important, because whenever you do a research paper, your data set, how you are going to, from where you are going to take the data set to train your models, or to use any type of methods. So without a data set, it's meaningless to do any research paper. So I would suggest that keeping data set as first priority is very important. As a writer, as a researcher, or as a student, you should know that without a data set, it is meaningless to do a research paper. So I would suggest that you should explain properly from where the data set you have taken from. Okay, so explain the data set, which is very important. And coming to the next point, otherwise you can keep if any, because sometimes you may not find your data set from anything, okay, that you can use. Then second thing, number two, which is very important, algorithms. So algorithm is very important. Algorithms. Then row number three, models. What type of model you are trying to use, model architecture. Okay. Number four, which is one more important, experimental design. Okay. Experimental design, which is very important. Model architecture, experimental design, which is very important, you should not miss out. Or number five, which is one more important, most of the researchers miss out this point. Use diagram or SQ dot if needed. So this point is very important, you should add in methodology. Okay, you should not miss these 5 points that should be reflected in your methodology. Fine. And coming to the next point, now coming to number four. Number four is the results. Okay, you can write results and discussion, which is very, very important. Or experimental you can write, but results and discussions plays a very vital role. So you have to be very careful here. So please look very carefully what prompt I'm going to write, so that you can able to be so that you can be more equipped. You should not miss those proper prompt when you are writing this topic, any research paper. Okay, so in results and discussion, what you can do, you can write number one, present results with tables. Okay, be very specific. Don't just write what you know. You know English means you are just writing whatever it is coming from your mouth. You should not be like that. Be very specific, and your direction should be very proper, so that the chat GPT sometimes get confused what you are asking for. So when you're being very specific with a proper prompt, now they know what you are exactly asking and what you're looking for. So I would really suggest that don't write any languages that is coming to your mouth. Be very specific, give the proper direction what you're looking, so that you can be more specific and your result will be much more accuracy. So this is number thing. Number two, we should be very careful. uh, Graphs are very important. Metrics. So when you talk about metrics, graphs and metrics, so when I'm writing graphs and metrics, or you can in bracket you can write what type of matrices you're looking for, accuracy, Okay, you're looking for accuracy. If you're looking for F1 score, okay, and if you're looking for maybe recall, or maybe you're looking for precision, okay, these type of things you can able to give here. And one more important thing is what type of accuracy, F1 score, precision you're looking for in your matrix. Suppose you are looking some results based on your model also. So your model may be like support vector machine. These are the machine learning model, or you may be using some model as BLEU. So these type of things, etc., you can give out here. Okay. So they will try to give this projection in the result with the graphs. Along with the graphs, they are trying to include it. So present result, what type of model you are applying, so that should be very specific. Then how you are trying to use all those things should be very proper. Okay. So should not miss this method. Clear? Now number three, number three important is interpret. Okay, which is very important. Interpret. Most of you doesn't write this word. Interpret and compare with existing methods. What happened most often in the results, what we find out is we are not really uh, we are not caring that how you should compare with the previous work with the other work. This become more impactful in result in discussion. So you should not forget to interact and compare with existing methods. That will give you clear observation. You will analyze the problems. You will able to understand. So this point is very important. Number four, which I would really suggest that you should also analyze the error. Okay, analyze the error means maybe some, you might be having some disadvantage in your paper where you are facing, or maybe there is some error which is occurring, and for what purpose that error is occurring. That will give you a proper brief explanation. So it is very important that if you add and analyze the error, it's very important, and giving some example. Okay, with an example, analyze the error. Or you can say one more thing is you can give an example. Give example for more clear observation. So this thing is very, very important in result in discussions. These problems are very important. That will give you more impactful and more powerful in your research paper. Okay, so this is number four. Now coming to the number five. So number five, after result and discussions, it comes to conclusion. So in the conclusion part, what we can write conclusion, and sometimes people write conclusion and future scope. So I'm writing as future scope. Okay, so that otherwise, if you want to distribute this into two different way, you can do that also. That's not a big issue. Okay. Now coming to this point number one, what you should add in conclusion and future scope. Be very careful. You should summarize key contribution. Okay, you should summarize key contributions, which is very, very important. What are the key contributions you have applied, you have given in the research paper? That should be very proper, specific to the point, without just unnecessarily giving you those texts which are unmeaningless. So very meaningless. So what you have to do is, in summary, you should be very specific with the summarized key contribution. Okay. So secondly, which you should go is um, suggest the future improvement. What we write is give out most of the research. What they write is they write as give the future scope, right? So what is future scope actually? You should be very clear. And if you ask ChatGPT, it will summarize you and it will suggest you which is the best key or best step that you can do in the next coming future. Okay, that's why it is very good that you should ask the chat GPT suggest the future improvement, which is one of the most important. So what we often write is that give me the future scope. Huh? So we finish up the paper. more clearly, give a clearer observation. You can write more clear observation also, no problem. I'm just writing this one. So conclusion and future scope, you must have the summarized key contribution. And second thing is suggest the future improvement. Okay, this is very, very important. Now coming to the uh, after this, we come to the number 6, which is very important, references. Okay, in the references, what you can write, very important. In references, say use. In references, please do not keep Roman number 1, Roman number 2. Please do not make this mistake here. In references, you should not keep Roman number 1, Roman number 2, but either you write here. Use APA. I know most of you know what is the APA, MLA, or any type of let format IEEE or Springer. Okay, you should put this very proper Springer format and include 20 to 30 to be a good paper in research paper. At least minimum I would suggest that you should have 15 reference paper, above 15, 20, 30. That becomes more impactful and look more good to be more professional in your research paper. So I would suggest at least 20 to 30 you should put references. um, Scholar. Okay, and one more thing here, you can write in bracket, you can say references mostly post 2020. This is very, very important, from reputed publications, not unnecessary publications, which are very reputed publications like Springer, okay, IEEE, okay, the Scopus, Clips, and ASCM. These are very, very important research paper that you should include. Okay, so this is the way how you should write the paper. So here, if you follow this prompt which I have given here exactly as what I have written here, I can guarantee that you are going to be a professional researcher, where you can become a prompt and a professional person, as a faculty, as a student, as a scholar. You can you will able to you will learn. And also one more important thing is that when you write a proper prompt, your chat gpt, your systems, they are large language model, so they learn what you give them. So it is very important that when you start using proper prompt, that they will, the more they get the proper prompt, the more they give a fine tuning. So you might face some problem that at the first beginning you're not getting properly the answer. Because why? Because you have not used proper prompt. So most of them doesn't get proper format or proper research paper. So it becomes a problem for them to get a proper format. So that challenges might come to you, but you try to follow them step by step. So here I'm showing you how that you can able to follow. Okay, so most of your paper might not be working as what you're looking for. So I'm just putting here, this is the format. Now let me enter it. And I would suggest that please keep writing proper prompt. That will really help you. Your systems, even if you are using ChatGPT, if you are using DeepSeek, or if you are using Gemini or any other AI powerful tools, if you give proper prompt, they start learning and they learn themselves, and that's a reinforcement learning feedback. So they will try to generate more proper accurate answer what you're looking for in the coming days. But if you write unnecessary English or any words comes to your mind, that might affect your fine tuning. So I would rather suggest you that follow proper prompt and keep training with this proper prompt multiple times. If you keep on training for 1 or 2 months, I can guarantee that your paper, your research, your chat GPT is going to give you a powerful research paper where you have never thought of. So you should be very careful when you use and when you type something, when you give something input to the chat GPT and DeepSeek or Gemini. Okay, see here what a wonderful way it is given title. If you're asking for title proposal, you can also ask the type of the proposal. That's not a big issue. Abstract, see here, wonderful it is given. Keyword is also given. Introduction. Now here, see, if you want to explain more, you can explain them part by part. Okay, see here citations are given here. Which citation you can use here. Okay, so if you want to make this, you want to explain more properly, if you want more deeper, then what you can do, you can copy this, copy, and then you can paste out here, and you can write more give more words in between, say 600 to 700 words. Fine, then it will give you this explanation more details. So motivation, so you can do in this way. Research gain objective, research gain objective is fine, you can keep this much, it's a very good thing. And what is the citation high impact, from where it is you got it, and you can give them summary there also, you can cite them as well. Okay, so if you write these things, then it will come out. Yeah, related world literature review, see these are giving very properly here in literature review. See, compare with existing method, how it is going to compare with existing method, you can able to classify them. And this is the data set algorithm, what they're going to use, model architecture, you know, and how the data set comes out, graphs and all these things. It will come, you know how to use graph. I know most of you know how to apply that graphs. If you want to know more how to apply graphs, keep following my channels. I'll show you how to apply those graphs and all these things. You can use Python programming to generate the graphs. Otherwise, if you want to generate itself in chat GPT, you can generate that graphs. That's not a big issue. So here these are the styles which are being given, so you can follow this format. And if you want to extend this, you can easily extend one by one. I would rather suggest you to do one by one instead of jumping here and there. So first you try to finish with introduction, all this introduction. Okay, try to finish with all this introduction. After finishing with introduction, you go with the related works or literature review. In literature review, you can ask summarization of same as other format. Okay, you can write in that way. That will give more impactful. And see, I'm writing now so that you may not face any such problem. See, yeah, they have given more words. So likewise, you can do step by step without jumping here and there. Please do not jump here and there. After finishing all the introduction as per your need, then only you go to the literature review. Now here, see, literature review, most of our literature review gives citation, but here you are not finding any citation, right? So what we can do here, you copy this related. I would suggest either go with anyone, don't write two. I'm going with literature review here. I'm copying paste, instead of related works I'm putting as literature review. Fine. Now here what I'll write is Roman number 1, give at least 20 to 30 references as same as you write here citation as same as reference given below. Why I'm making same? Because if there's a difference between your literature review and your references, that becomes a very crucial thing. So most of the researchers, they write a paper, but it is very important that you cross verify your literature review and along with your references, which is down. So you must cross verify them. If you don't cross verify that, then your research paper is surely going to get rejected. So make sure that your research paper is genuine research paper. You can search in Google Scholar and any other platform and cross verify it one by one. Then only you can able to, be more perfect. So especially I'm focusing on literature review and research references. Please do not make mistake in these two prior important. if you are a researcher. Okay, so I'm just writing here, giving one simple prompt, give at least 22 citations as per the reference given below. So here is the literature review. They have given here 2 to 3 1. See here, they have given a citation 1 2 3 5 6 7. This citation is given out here. Based on this citation, they will try to give here. See, this is the references where you can use. So based on these references, it is much more impactful than how you can able to use this proper API. And please make sure that you cross verify these references. You can cross verify them using what to say, Google Scholar. Copy this and go to your Google Scholar. I'm just showing you a simple way. You can search in any platform. Go to your Google Scholar and then copy this, paste, and you find out either this paper is genuine. See, this paper is genuine, digital image processing. Now, what you can do, see here, citations are more than 80,539. It's a very good paper. So what you can do, if you want to cite this paper, you go to cite, and you can use either MLA format or APA format, whatever the journal is asking as per their references. So I'm using here APA format. What you do is copy this, and what you do when you're converting those, and you always make sure that you open a Word file. Okay, open a Word file, and I would suggest you keep the reference properly. Parallelly, you should go your reference and your literature review properly, and you keep you save as one. This is your reference paper, so you try to save this as one. Okay, uh, since it is in proper, nothing else. This is not properly tuned. So this is the reference paper 1. You can put like this. And next you can put reference paper 2 likewise. So that you can add this reference in your paper, in your research paper. You should not miss out. So that you may not be misplaced. So it is very important. I would again emphasize, as if you are a researchers, or if you are a teaching professional, you need to write a research paper. Please make sure that your literature review and references goes parallelly. Once you cite it in the literature review, keep immediately the reference in down. So likewise, you can give your heading as references, so that you may not miss out, that you may not get miss out that which citation you have taken, either it is 1 or 2 or 3. So this point is very crucial that you should know. Okay, so likewise you can able to find out this problem. See, all the citations are given here, very good proper citations. You can become a proper. So after finishing this literature review one by one, then you go to the next, which is say your result and discussion. No, let me say methodologies. In methodology, this data set is fine. If you want to explain this in paragraph, explain them in paragraph. In algorithm, I would suggest that you go with formula. Try to use a formula. Suppose you are using this algorithm, copy this, paste out here, and you try to ask, uh, give equations of all the algorithms. Okay, so you can type in this way, then you can able to generate. See, they will give you how is the equations forming up. See, this is the way how you can use support vector machine, how you are going to apply them. They will give you a proper explanation, and convolutional neural network, how it is going to apply. This type of equation is very important to impact your research paper. So I would rather suggest that you make sure that this type of experimental equation should be given, should be added in your paper. Make sure that you surely add. That will impact and become more impactful. And there's a high chances if you give this type of explanation in your research paper. And in this way, you can able to extend one after the other, one after the other. Fine. Now, I'm teaching you in another format, second method. I'm teaching in second method, prompt. Second method, how you can become a proper prompt again. I'm teaching second method. Okay, so let me go and copy the same thing in the previous one. Now I'm going to change. So for the beginner, I'm teaching this so that you can be more specific. Now let me You can just copy here also, and I'm going to paste it out here. Okay, now I'm going to make a little changes. Title, let it remain as it is. Abstract, also it is fine. Keyword is also fine. Introduction is also fine. What you need to make changes is in literature review. In literature review, what you can do, okay, I'm teaching you both. In literature review, instead of writing these all the needs, I will what I will suggest. I'm talking about the literature review. Okay. So what you can do here is, sorry, I have cut an aha in methodology. I'm cutting in methodology only, not in method literature reviews. So I will cut this. Okay. You can write here without giving Roman number one. You can write give at least 20 to 30 references of the year 2020 to 2025. Okay, with summary. Okay, this point you should add, and after that you can add, you can discuss on the limit. You can cut this, you can cut this comparison also, you can cut with this. So what you can do with summary, now if you want a summary, so this point is very important. What often I used to from 2020 to 2025 with a summary. Okay, so if you write this point in the literature review, that you don't need to expand one after the others, that becomes more powerful, and then it will give you more details, so that you can able to get as accurate as it is. Okay, so another thing in methodology, what you can do, explain the data set, algorithm. Now, when you say algorithm here, you write uh, give the equations of all the algorithms. Okay, you can write this. Okay, model architecture, how you are going to explain this. Give the equations is very, very important. Very, very important. This plays a very vital role important. So please make sure that you give this equation method. Slight changes are there, which will be more impactful. But if you are a beginner, I would suggest that you follow the fast method of prompt for writing the research paper. Then later you can use this prompt to be more specific and proper, so that you can able to use and utilize. Then you can make a graphs if you want to make a graph on this. So you want to product now, ChatGPT generate itself a graph. If you want to generate a graph of this, what you can do is you can copy this, or you can see here there's a copy option also here, but I'm copying like this. So you might be a beginner. So what you can do here, in this way you can able to do this. What you can do here is, I'm just cutting now. I have shown this second method how you can use. Let me cut here. Now I'm putting here this method, and you can give as generate the bar graphs and line graph. So this, if you give this command prompt, it will automatically generate the bar graph and line graph. Okay, sometimes you may not generate properly in your case if it is not properly fine-tuned, so you might have some challenges on that. In that case, you can use Python programming or any programming to generate, and you can paste that program into a Google Colabs, and then you can able to run it. If you face any challenges, please feel free to contact. I can guide you how to write more proper prompts. So if you write this, if you give this, they will try to generate the bar graphs and line graphs properly. But I would suggest not to copy your graph from ChatGPT. Whenever you write a research paper, most of the research paper make that mistake. copy and paste the generated images from the ChatGPT or any other platform. Rather, you code, use Python programming. Then from there, you try to access, and this is the chat, how you can able to access this. So in this way, I would suggest you to copy and paste. Not don't just copy from here. Most of the the good journals, they know by looking the paper itself, by looking the format itself, by looking the image itself, they can easily identify. Because I have I have also checked many papers as a reviewer, so I know what type of paper when it comes to, you can easily understand that these are coming from ChatGPT and this is done by their own self. That becomes a very negative way, and that become less chances of getting published. So I would rather suggest that please follow. You can follow, if you're a beginner, okay, fine, for conferences paper and all these things, but I would rather emphasize you all to code it, then generate the graphs, then you save the graphs and then paste it out there. Don't just crop and then paste. Copy and pasting is not a right way to be a prompt researcher in writing a paper. So these things, so I would rather suggest go ahead. If you have any problem, you can contact me. uh, I'll be giving my number itself, and keep following my channel. And I believe that this will surely help you to boost your way of writing as a researcher, as a professor, as a teacher. So uh, best of luck, and I believe that surely this prompt will help you to be more smarter and more appropriate how to write a research paper. Thank you once again. Keep following my channel if you want to learn more this type of videos in the upcoming days. Thank you.